Hello friends, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania to bring you all the latest news and exciting updates from the football world. Well. The January transfer window is going on, my friends, and I just cannot wait to see what kind of business deals are the clubs, especially in the Premier League, going to do. And if you look at one club which is just ripping havoc the entire transfer window in terms of buying players left, right, and center, it is Chelsea Football Club. Yes, my friends, this is the same club which was taken over by Todd Boehly in the summer, and he has completely revamped this club in terms of an investment of over 400 million euros. And I am not even kidding. This club is on a rampage mode at the moment, and everyone who looks at this club just feels that you can create four teams out of this squad. That is how deeply exhaustive their squad is. And if you talk about the kind of players whom they have signed in the January transfer window, Mikhailo Mudryk was a complete hijack from Shakhtar Donetsk. They paid over 100 million euros for this wonder kid from Ukraine who is, potentially a Ballon d'Or winner in the future. And yes, he showed glimpses of what he can produce in their previous encounter against Liverpool at Anfield. And talking about attacking players, they already have Aubameyang, they have Kai Havertz, and they also have Hakim Ziyech. And on top of that, now they have added, Mikhailo Mudryk. Not to forget, Raheem Sterling is out with injury, and once he's back, it will be really interesting to see what kind of starting 11 Graham Potter goes with. And talking about, attacking players, they have once again signed a player called Noni Madueke, who I never heard before this. And Chelsea, when it comes to transfer windows and business, they are completely spendthrift. They like to spend huge amount of money on unknown players, and I don't think that that would be a good successful strategy in the long run, because yes, you have invested in a player, you are binding him to a contract until almost 7 years or 8 years. And yes, in terms of business, it is good that you are kind of breaking up their wage structure so that you don't have to pay a lot in a single year. Yes, that all is fine, but what do you know about the player? And do you think that Todd Bowley is sitting with Graham Potter saying that, what do you feel about the kind of players that we have? Where do we need to strengthen? Where do we lack the depth which is required to stay competitive and challenge for a top four spot? Let's remember that Chelsea is a team which is currently languishing mid table, and that is not acceptable by the lofty standards of this London based club. And definitely, everybody wants to see Chelsea compete for European honours season in and season out. However, you have a owner who is, just treating the Premier League as if it is the NFL. And Todd Bowley, you need to get things straight. This is not a vegetable market where you can just go pick up a player for a cheap price or even a lofty price and just get him to your club. And that is exactly the way Todd Bowley has been treating the transfer window. He doesn't care if a player is 17 or if he's 28. You know, will the player fit into Graham Potter's style at Chelsea? And just look at the list of injured players at Chelsea at the moment. You have Reece James, you have Ben Chilwell, you have N'Golo Kante, you have Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you have Raheem Sterling, and the list goes on and on and on. I just named five players, but in reality, there are 11 full strength players of which you can form an entire team. And just imagine what would be the situation when all these players come back. Well, it would be simple. Whoever you signed, you have to send them on loan somewhere, and you can, bring them back after 2 years, after maybe you have removed some of the dead wood from the club. Cesar Azpilicueta, their long-standing captain who recently completed 500 matches for the Blues, is still at the club, and I don't understand what is the point of having players who are past their prime. It is time to move on, and Cesar Azpilicueta, I guess, is 34 years old, and he definitely lacks the pace which he once used to have. And people can, completely target him on that side of the wings because he is someone who has that experience, who is very composed on the ball, but he has lost his pace, and that is the harsh reality of the situation. So Graham Potter needs to assess the entire squad, take his time, and give his input to Todd Boehly so that Todd Boehly makes the right transfer moves. And I don't know what is the director of football doing. How much of football knowledge does Graham Potter actually have? That is the big question, my friends. It is not about, just investing loads of money and expecting the squad to perform. You need to ensure that the player fits into the culture and the values of the club. You need to ensure that the player is the right fit for the team. Is he a squad player, or will that player straight away come into the starting 11? Well, on paper, this team looks, loaded with a lot of quality and talent. However, Graham Potter is the ultimate decision maker when it comes to football performance. And in terms of business, obviously, Todd Boehly is investing loads of money. But if there is no concrete plan, if there is no concrete vision of where this club wants to be, I am, quite afraid for this club at the moment because they are just spending money like anything, and that won't give them the desired results. Just look at the way Arsenal have progressed under Mikel Arteta. The board gave Arteta time so that he gets his own transfer window, so that he can bring in his own players who would fit into that playing system, and you can see the results. Arsenal is sitting pretty at the top of the table with 50 points at the halfway stage. And just look at Chelsea. Chelsea is a team which was just taken over by Graham Potter, you know, some months back, and now you are expecting him to perform with some random players who have just come into the team, and you are spending bucks of money. It does not work like that, Todd Boehly, and you need to get your act together. And if you keep, signing more and more players, it is only going to create a ruckus in the dressing room, and it is not going to prove to be fruitful. So, guys, it is a very, very weird transfer policy at the moment at this club, which was known to be in sublime form, which was known to be the crown jewel of European football in recent years. But now things have changed. Now the owner has changed, and people are actually criticizing why does Todd Boehly need to sign so many players? That is only going to create a downfall, and at the moment, I don't see how this team is going to compete for a top four spot for by the end of the season. That is the real challenge, my friends. And more they sign players, I don't think that is the right solution, because they also need to sell some players so that they can accommodate all the players. And the more important question is, will they be able to register these players in time? Because that is something which the board needs to consider, and the Premier League also has some rules and regulations about how many players you can sign. And yes, Chelsea have not broken the financial fair play regulations, because they got a transfer ban a few seasons back, and they are making the most of this transfer window. They are making it count. But I just feel that somewhere down the line they are missing a trick, and it is important that Graham Potter steps into this situation and just shares his ideas and his vision for the club. If that happens, I am sure that Chelsea would stop all the business right now. They would look to sell some players in the summer transfer window and completely revamp the squad so that Graham Potter gets the players which he desires, and he can build a robust squad for the long term and have a lot of success with Chelsea. That is my opinion, my friends, but I would love to know what do you feel about Todd Boehly's strategy of just investing huge sum of money in the January transfer window. Let me know your key thoughts in the comment section, and if you like this video, please do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button because I would be coming up with lots of amazing content from the world of football. So please stay tuned, and until next time, stay safe and take care.